press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
These bar charts compare plastic bags usage in the UK, Nigeria, and China during year 1990, 2010 and 2030. The UK used 6 tons of plastic bags during 1990, while Nigeria used just 1 ton and China 3 tons. During year 2010, the UK 4 tons, Nigeria 2, while China used the highest, 9 tons. It is estimated that, in year 2030, the UK will just use 1 ton, Nigeria 5 and China 3. In conclusion, the UK and China will curb the plastic bags usage in year 2030, while Nigeria will use a lot of plastic bags. The bar graphs compare mineral content in the soil on Mars, Jupiter, and Earth. On Mars, the soil contains most zinc with 60%, calcium 30% and other minerals just 10%. On Jupiter, the soil has 50% of zinc, 20% of calcium and 30% of other minerals. The Earth's soil has just 10% of zinc, 40% of calcium and 50% of other minerals. In conclusion, the Earth's soil has the least amount of zinc, but it is rich with a variety of other minerals. These line graphs compare profiles of the companies, namely A, B, and C. All three companies started in the year 2000 and during year 2005, Company A had the highest value, about 6 million, Company C with 4 and Company B just 2 million. In year 2010, Company A declined to just 2 million, Company C to 3 and Company B inclined to $4 million. During year 2015, Company A had diminished its value to 0, while Company C declined further to 2 million, however Company B rocketed to 10 million in its market value. Thus Company B was the most and Company A was the least profitable for the investors. This flowchart shows the information about the flowchart of the steel recycling process. To begin with, we can see that there are several sections in this picture, that is, collection, sorting by a magnet, steel slugging, grinding, furnace, forming, flatter, and end products. According to the graph, it begins with the process of collecting steel cans or bottles. Last but not the least, it ends with the process of flattering and finally become the end products. In conclusion, I think it is very beneficial because it tells me the information of the flowchart of the steel recycling process. The chart highlights that smoking is most prevalent among the 18 to 24 age group, where around 30% of people smoke. As age increases, the percentage of smokers gradually declines. The 25 to 34 group has a slightly lower smoking rate, followed by the 35 to 44 and 45 to 54 age groups. By the time individuals reach the 55 to 64 age range, smoking rates are noticeably lower, and the 65-plus group has the lowest percentage of smokers, around 10%. This shows a clear trend of decreasing smoking habits with age. This pie chart compares injury locations by percentage. Home accounts for 41.4% of all injuries, over twice as many as roads at 19.5%. Leisure/sports and work represent 17.1% and 15.2%, respectively, while school/child care contributes 5%, and 2% of injuries occur at other locations. In conclusion, home is the top location for injuries, followed by roads, leisure/sports, and work. The diagram illustrates the manufacturing process starting from materials to disposal. At the first step, materials are extracted and moved to a production facility. Once the products are manufactured, they are transported to places for use and reuse. Probably the use and reuse cycle continues for some time, after which the products are either disposed or recycled. As a result of recycling, they can again be used as raw materials for production. The graph compares the average monthly temperatures in 3 cities in Africa. In January, Cairo has the lowest temperature at 55, Cape Town is at 70 degrees, and Mombasa is at 80 degrees. Cairo's temperature increases steadily till July, while Cape Town's keeps falling and going lower than Cairo's in March. Mombasa shows only slight temperature during the year, staying around 80 degrees throughout. In the image, I can see a bustling city street in daylight. The street is flanked by tall, contemporary buildings on either side. Pedestrians are walking along the sidewalks, and numerous cars are moving in both directions. The scene is enhanced by the presence of lush green trees along the sides of the road. I can also spot traffic lights and street signs indicating various directions. The sky above is clear, with just a few clouds scattered across it. The image shows a pie chart illustrating the age distribution of visitors to the Centennial Gallery in Palmerston for the Surrealists exhibition. The chart is divided into 6 age categories, each represented by a distinct color. The largest portion of visitors falls within the 55 to 65 age group, followed by the 45 to 55 group. A sizable number of visitors are also in the 35 to 45 age range. Other age groups include 25 to 35, over 65, and the smallest segment, 18 to 25. The chart provides a clear visual representation of the different age demographics attending the exhibition. The pie charts illustrate the distribution of reasons for no longer attending school among males and females. For both groups, the largest portion is attributed to completed study, accounting for 60% of males and 65% of females. For males, obtained employment and other represent 25% and 8%, while for females, obtained employment and personal or family make up 12% and 11%, respectively. In summary, the charts highlight that completed study is the most common reason for both genders, followed by employment and personal reasons. The graph shows the proportion of Australians working and/or studying for the year 2019. There was a higher percentage of males working or studying compared to females for all age groups except for teenagers. After the age of 20, males surpassed females in terms of the percentage of those engaged in work or study. Between the ages of 30 and 39, their range of employment increased to around 90%. The percentage of females working continued to steadily decline, falling to just over 40% in the oldest age group for the over 50s. The bar chart shows the number of small and large farms in 3 countries. Small farms of 50,000 square meters or less, and large farms are 500,000 square meters or more. Country C has the largest number of small farms and the lowest number of large farms. Country B has the same number of small farms as large farms, while Country A has the fewest farms, with only 300 in total. This chart shows that between 1996 and 2018, global spending on luxury items grew significantly from about 80 billion to about 260 billion euros. At first, there was a steady increase up until the year 2000, when spending remained the same for a few years. Then in 2004, spending began to climb rapidly again, before a noticeable fall in 2009. From 2010 onwards, global spending seems to recover. After 2016, the spending remained at almost the same level. This chart shows that between 1996 and 2018, global spending on luxury items grew significantly from about 80 billion to about 260 billion euros. At first, there was a steady increase up until the year 2000, when spending remained the same for a few years. Then in 2004, spending began to climb rapidly again, before a noticeable fall in 2009. From 2010 onwards, global spending seems to recover. After 2016, the spending remained at almost the same level. This pie chart shows the information about main reason for migration to and from the UK in 2007. To begin with, we can see that there are categories in comparison which are formal study, a company, looking for work, definite job, no reason stated another. According to the graph, the largest proportion goes to definite job for both immigration and emigration, with the figure of 30% and 29% respectively. Last but not the least, the smallest proportion of immigration goes to no reason stated at 6%, while that of emigration is formal study at 4%. In conclusion, this is a very useful graph and it helps to understand the migration situation in UK. This graph shows that the number of hospital beds per 1,000 people worldwide gradually decreased, while the number of doctors per 1,000 people worldwide slowly increased between 1990 and 2010. The number of hospital beds started at about 3.3 per thousand and then went up to 3.4, before falling to a little more than 2.5 in 2010. On the other hand, the number of doctors started at the lower level of about 1.2 and then went up to about 1.3 in the year 2000, increasing a little more in 2010. The image shows a simple electrical circuit with a battery powering a light bulb. The battery, on the right, has marked positive and negative terminals, while the bulb is a compact fluorescent type. Black lines represent wires that form a closed-loop circuit, allowing current, shown by red arrows, to flow from the positive terminal, through the bulb, and back to the negative terminal. This flow illuminates the bulb, demonstrating a basic circuit setup labeled as simple circuit with light. This graph shows that the number of hospital beds per 1,000 people worldwide gradually decreased, while the number of doctors per 1,000 people worldwide slowly increased between 1990 and 2010. The number of hospital beds started at about 3.3 per thousand and then went up to 3.4, before falling to a little more than 2.5 in 2010. On the other hand, the number of doctors started at the lower level of about 1.2 and then went up to about 1.3 in the year 2000, increasing a little more in 2010. The image shows a simple electrical circuit with a battery powering a light bulb. The battery, on the right, has marked positive and negative terminals, while the bulb is a compact fluorescent type. Black lines represent wires that form a closed-loop circuit, allowing current, shown by red arrows, to flow from the positive terminal, through the bulb, and back to the negative terminal. This flow illuminates the bulb, demonstrating a basic circuit setup labeled as simple circuit with light.